What up, what up, what up? I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining on the platforms, liking the videos, liking the posts. I definitely appreciate it. The feedback was good. Definitely appreciate it. Today, who's going to join me is a former Navy sailor of mine, good friend of mine. His name is Leon Reese. And he's going to talk about what he experienced in Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, very sad story. And I had to actually witness what he was going through, but I didn't know what he was actually going through. He's going to tell you guys. Go ahead, Reese.
So August 2005, we're on the USS Ronald Reagan coming back from sea trials. And August 29th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit. I think we pull in port on a Friday. I see a flood of texts and calls come through on my phone from family. And the minute we got a signal, TV signal on the ship, I see on the news this massive hurricane about to sweep the Gulf Coast, mainly the city of New Orleans. And I remember instantly going to my division petty officer, asking him could I take emergency leave, and it wasn't 20 minutes. Maybe he came back and told me my leave wasn't going to be approved. I didn't request it in the right amount of time frame. Whatever that decision was, something along those lines. But I had a 3-year good conduct service medal. I wasn't going to risk that. Had never been on restriction. Had never gone UA, and I followed the protocol. Took my leave 2 weeks after the storm hit. The city was still shut down. I had to reroute to Shreveport, Louisiana, where my family was at the time. And I really didn't know until I got back from leave all that we had lost in the form of memories, videos, pictures, artifacts, memorabilia, clothing. Lost my grandmother's house. The one that hit me the most was the one life casualty we had was my dad's brother, who decided to stay and ride the storm out. He lost his life in the storm. And I felt like if I could have impacted my family in any way by helping them, that's the one that hurt the most. I feel like I could have changed the course of that and gotten him out of New Orleans to higher and drier ground. And I remember getting back from leave, lashing out at my chain of command, wasn't in the right mind frame, and that was the first time I actually felt like the Navy owned you. The saying is true, is when you sign your name on that line, they own you. So I went through the process of, my only option was to get out. I was done with the Navy. My illustration, my perception and depiction of them was, they don't back you, they're not behind you. And ultimately it was one individual I found out, but it changed the course of my life. And I had no plans on going to college, getting off into the career field that I am now. And it was a blessing in disguise, but that was my whole purpose and reason behind doing all of that, was to be honorably discharged, because I feel like the Navy betrayed me and didn't stand behind me. And I invested in them, but they didn't invest and protect me in a time of need. And that it's not my lasting impression because of guys like you, friends like you that have retired, but it did affect me for a long time. And that was my personal experience from Katrina.